Wolves versus Arsenal. I'm over here at the world famous Victoria Park in Bow. Just brought the kids and the dog over here for a little hour, have a little bit of fresh air, soak up the nice sunshine, chilly, fresh, but it's nice and sunny, no rain today. So I thought, you know what, instead of being cooped up indoors, I'll get over the park and I'll do my preview here. So, it's going to be a very difficult game. There's a lot of interest in Matheus Cunha over the last few days, and is that could be detrimental to either side. Is Cunha going to start? We don't know for sure what's going to happen with him, but it's going to be a very interesting game as well, because Arsenal need to keep winning. We need to keep on the coattails of Liverpool, and Liverpool seem to be running away with it, didn't they? They've got an easier game, I believe. They're at home to Ipswich today. I can't see anything but a Liverpool victory there. But us today, Arsenal, I think we're good enough. I think we should get through that game. We should beat them. But it's going to be difficult. And this Cunha situation don't make the job any easier. Doesn't. Because he's apparently been pushing for a move. He's refusing to sign a new deal at Wolves. There's been a deal on the table for a little while there, and he's said, oh yeah, he's verbally agreed to signing a new deal. But since all this interest has been coming in from Arsenal, Nottingham Forest as well are on the list of interested parties, that his head's been turned. Now, listen, this could be an audition today. If he starts for Wolves today, this could be an audition for what we can look forward to if he does sign for Arsenal. And I mean, is he the kind of player that Arsenal really need? Not for me. Not for me. I don't think Cunha's the right buy at this present time. Maybe in the summer. I think we're all right for now in the wings. We need a number 9 striker. We need a forward central player. Cunha tends to play more predominantly on the left-hand side of the attack, like the left winger, similar to the wingers that we've got at the club, like Martinelli and Trossard. I know they've not been in great form, although Martinelli the last couple of games has shown a bit better form. Cunha, for me, is not what we need right now. And I know Jesus is injured. I'll compare him to Jesus because they're both Brazilian. They're both very similar stature and styles of play. I know we haven't got Jesus, and we're not going to have Jesus for the rest of this season, and probably probably this time next year. That ACL injury normally takes 10 months to 12 months before you can even start training properly on it. So it depends on how bad it really is. But he's out for this season, at least the rest of this season. So that's probably sparked the interest and the urgency in getting another forward player. But I mean, the winger for me is not essential right now. The essential thing we need right now is a striker, and we've got to get a number 9, a central player. Havertz is not the guy. He's all right. His stats are saying that he's doing quite all right. He ain't doing too bad. I think he's got about 14 goals in all competitions this season. So, you know, it's not totally, you know, out of this world shit, but he could have had a lot more. He could have had at least another 6 or 7 goals if he could finish his dinner and you know, score goals instead of missing all the time. He's missed numerous chances, and he has had a lot of chances. So, I mean, the number 9 for me, someone that can get there to finish the chances that are being provided, is essential. And you know, I think there was a stat that I saw before our last game, and it was before the game against Dinamo Zagreb, and it was over the last 4 games, Arsenal had 81 shots and only 4 goals. It was something like that. It was a mad stat like that, and it just goes to show you we could have had a lot more goals if Havertz, predominant striker, apparently, could finish his dinner. And that's what makes me a little bit nervous about the rest of this season. If we don't get a new striker, it is essential that we get that striker. So what do I think is going to happen today? I've heard now but Saliba will not be fit. I did do a little match prediction, a revised one and I put it on Twitter about if Saliba can play, because there was a possibility that he could play, but he's not going to be playing there. I think he's going to be saved for the Man City game, which is a good move, really, thinking about it logically, because, you know, that's going to be a tough game next week against City. Yeah, and Sam was in between that is Girona away in Spain in the Champions League. We could, you know, we only need a draw there, really, to secure the top 8 in the Champions League. So, or we could even lose it, but it'd have to be a catastrophic loss for us to drop out of that top 8. Hey, Craig Cox, how you doing? So I'm thinking now, revising it again, so Saliba won't be playing there. So I'm thinking, Craig Cox, hi, how you doing? It's going to be Julian Timber on the right-hand side. I think Kiwior will be selected next to him with Gabriel. And on the left back, hopefully it'll be Miles Lewis-Skelly coming back into the team. He's fit again. Look how good he's been playing in recent games, and you know he's been a breath of fresh air on that left-hand side. Calafiori may be fit, but I wouldn't go for him. I would stick with Miles Lewis-Skelly there. In the midfield, I'm going with Declan Rice and Thomas Partey, Martin Odegaard. You know, they sort of pick themselves, so I don't want to see him picking Marino. I don't want to see him picking Jorginho either. I want to see Partey, Rice and Odegaard in that midfield. You support Southampton, Craig, yeah? Well, you've got our keeper, you've got Ramsdale there. He's brought the relegation curse with him, it seems. You're in a bit of trouble there. I feel sorry for you, man. You're a good side. But you've had some great players there as well. But I think you're in a bit of Barney rubble. You're in a bit of trouble, me old mate. So continuing on with team selection. So I've done the midfield and the defence. The keeper obviously is going to be David Raya. I didn't even mention him, but yeah, David Raya in goal. So on the right-hand side there is going to be, for me, it will be Ethan Nwaneri coming back as well against Dynamo Zagreb. He come in and he changed the game. It was a boring, piss poor game. And he come in there and he made a big difference on that right-hand side. So I'm starting with Nwaneri. Left-hand side would be Martinelli. And up front, obviously, we've got no other choice. We have to go with Kai Havertz. We still haven't done no business in this January transfer window. We need to address that number 9. We need to desperately address the forward player. And then, you know, we might be banging in some more goals and we'll have a great chance of trying to pip Liverpool for this title. Without that number 9 striker, we haven't got no chance whatsoever. No chance. We might be able to get runners up, 3rd place, something like that. But without being serious in this window and getting a striker, we're never going to get there. We're never going to get over the line. So let me know what you think. Let me know what striker you'd go for. I've asked on numerous occasions. Gyökeres seems to be the favourite from Sporting Lisbon. There's been a lot of talk about Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig, but I think there's got a gentleman's agreement there where he's going to stay to the summer and they'll let him go for a lot less than what they would do this month. I think they want about 70 million from this month. If he stays till the summer, we're looking more around 50. And we'll be battling her. And I mean, it's just like rinse and repeat. We need to get that striker, don't we? We need to get him. And if we don't, you know, you might as well just kiss goodbye as well. I mean, today's game is essential. Don't forget, next week we've got Man City. We've got them at the Emirates. It was a well-battled draw that we got at the Etihad earlier on in the season. With Trossard got sent off in that first half and we was 2-1 up, remember? We went 1-0 down, Haaland scoring the goal. We went 1-0 down, we battled back to 2-1 and then Trossard got sent off right near the end of the first half for a second bookable offence, and then we had to battle the whole of that second half and try and keep them out, Man City, and it was a defensive masterclass right up until the last minute of injury time where they finally got their equaliser, broke all our hearts. But anyway, apart from that, we need a bit of redemption and a bit of revenge next week against City at the Emirates. So hopefully, though, City will continue their poor form And you know what happened, didn't you? You know what happened. They'll find their way. They'll find their way back against us next week. I'm not sure who they got this week. I can't remember who they got this week. I think it's Chelsea. I think they're playing Chelsea tomorrow. I'm not sure what ground it's at, but yeah, I think it is Chelsea. I mean, that's going to be a tough game. We're going to be a tough game for them, but you know our luck. You know our fucking luck. We'll probably wind up losing that game to City. You know what I mean? I don't like to sound too pessimistic, but I'm not going to be too optimistic either. Don't buy unproven strikers. Wait for next season and buy Victor Osimhen. We could buy Victor Osimhen now. There's a buy-out clause. If we're serious, go and buy him there. Victor Gyökeres. I mean, I don't rate Benjamin Sesko, really. I'm not seeing a lot of him. But I know about Gyökeres. I know about Osimhen. There's Isaac next summer. This summer coming, I should say. Isaac is a possibility, but definitely not this month. And if Newcastle get into the Champions League, he won't be available definitely either in the summer. And they do want about 150 million for him. So, you know, that's going to be a very difficult one. But, I mean, just the release clause in Victor Gyökeres' contract, 80 million. Just go and pay it. Pay the release clause, and if the player wants to come, the club ain't got no choice. If the player wants to come, then they've got no choice but to sell him. So we've got to be serious. We've got to let everybody else around us know that we're serious about competing for this title. All right, he won't be able to play in the Champions League, fair enough, but still, Premier League is the top of my list. It's the most important thing to me to be the best club in England over the course of a season. You know, there's been some teams that have won it that ain't the best team in Europe. You know, like when Porto won it, they was definitely not the best team in Europe, but they won it. When Inter Milan won it, they wasn't the best team in Europe, but they won it. Real Madrid are obviously the best team in Europe, and they've won it. They've won it like the most out of everybody. I can't remember how many times they've won it. AFC always in the chat. How you doing, sir? Beware of the storm. The storm was the other night, wasn't it? Is there another one coming? Oh, you're talking about the storm of the Premier League. What are you talking about? There was a storm the other night. It smashed the granny out of Ireland and Scotland mainly, didn't it? I think it did. We got a little bit of rain in that here in London. We got a little bit of the tail end of it. But we didn't get much, to be fair. We didn't get much. We was all right. Acers in the chat. How you doing? Tough game today. It shouldn't be, though, should it, Acers? They're struggling, Wolves. I know we've got to go to their ground, but they're struggling. But, you know, with the Kuna thing, is he going to audition? Is he going to make it be an audition for a move to Arsenal? Forest have also jumped in the race for Kuna. I think they're prepared to offer a record breaking for them 60 million for him. I don't think Arsenal are going to want to pay that much money for Kuna, and I don't think he's the right option for us. We need a 9. James Lau, how you doing? All right, mate? How you doing in the chat? We're just doing a little preview on the Wolves game. Are you talking about Jose Mourinho? They deserve it. Porto and Inter. Respect, please. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah. What do you mean, respect, please? I'm not disrespecting them. I'm just saying when they won the Champions League, they wasn't the best clubs in Europe. They wasn't. I'm saying cup competitions don't always. The best club in the competition don't always win it. That's what I meant. I do respect Mourinho, man. He's a brilliant manager. Don't get it twisted. Arteta signed 7 goalkeepers, 11 defenders, 12 midfielders, not forgetting Jesus and Havertz. Yeah, that was midfielders. How many strikers he signed? He's not signed many strikers, is he? I can't think of one. Striker, not another midfielder, please. Exactly that, James. This is what I'm getting at. We need a striker, a 9. We don't want one of them inside forwards, a winger that inverts onto his other foot. You know, like Kuna is. Kuna's is a winger more. He can play as a 10, but he's not a 9. He's not an absolute out-and-out number 9, what we need. I've heard whispers about Evan Ferguson as well. Evan Ferguson, the forgotten man at Brighton. Why do we want someone like that? No. We don't want him either. How you doing, McManus, in the chat? Hope you're well, sir. Just over Vicky Park. Have you heard of Vicky Park? Over in Bow. Just got the kids over here with a dog. I'm just checking because there's someone looking at that. What's he doing? Arsenal were the best team in the Champions League 2006, and we were robbed. Yeah, against Barcelona, Jens Lehmann getting sent off, Sol Campbell getting our goal, wasn't it? I remember that. I remember that, man. That was heartbreaking. Yeah, that was heartbreaking. Lehmann getting sent off. Victoria Park, know it well. Yes, well, I am at the minute with the kids, just over the Splash, James. Know the Splash? We thought we'd get out because it's sunny today and we're cooped up indoors, bad weather, but it's nice and sunny, bright. And we've got my stepkids have come over to stay with me as well, and brought the dog with them. So I thought, come on, let's have a little walk about, let's have a little gander over Vicky. So this is where we are at the minute. So score predictions. People in the chat, if you're still there, put your score predictions in there. I'm going for a 2-0 Arsenal win. George? You all right? Whose scooter's that? All right, we'll give it back to him now. All right, well, let him give it back to him. He wants it back. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, he's already riding someone else's scooter. Yeah? We'll see. The Amanda Scamming is going for a 3-1 victory for Arsenal. AFC is going for a 2-1 victory for Arsenal. I'm going 2-0. Been out with my dog, perfect day. It's a lovely day, innit, to bring the dog out, mate, and the kids. It is a lovely day. It's a bit fresh. It's nice. Get a bit of air.
Lee.
Yeah.
Can you hold her? But if the dog comes up to her, then kill.
Yeah, all right, don't worry. I ain't going to kick if another dog comes up to her, she said. James is going for a 2-1 victory as well. Yeah, well, do you think we can... Yeah, maybe, because we're going to have to go with Kiwior, aren't we, in that defence? Because Saliba, although said that Saliba was nearly ready, it's been this morning on Sky Sports. It said that he's not ready, so he's not going to be in the squad. He's not even going to be on the bench. I'm hoping Miles Lewis-Skelly plays though at left back. I don't want to see Zinchenko there. Apparently he's going to be moving to Borussia Dortmund, I've heard as well. So let's hope that Miles Lewis-Skelly plays, man. And Nwaneri on the right. The new two youth players that come through. The success. Emil Smith-Rowe and Saka. Gutted Saka. Emil Smith-Rowe who had to leave for Fulham, but for the best for his career. For whatever reason, Arteta didn't fancy him. Saka's injured, so we're missing that. But we've got a bright spark in Nwaneri, and another one that's come out of the blue. Miles Lewis-Skelly, midfield player, plays at left back fucking so well. Shush, come on. She's crying for the kids now. Dortmund are hiring Poundland Pep. Are they? They're getting Ten Hag. Are they getting Ten Hag? I can't believe it. You was the first one to come up with that, weren't you, James? I nicked it off you. I done a video, Poundland Pep. That was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. AFC always, Liverpool, Forest and Arsenal all kick off at 3 o'clock. I know. I've told the saucepans. I said to them, wait, get back here for where I'm sitting, because I'm not allowed actually in the park where the slides and that are with a dog. I told them they've got to be back here for 2 o'clock so we can have a little walk back, get back in time for the football so I can watch it. I got it off the net. Oh, did you? I thought it was you come up with it, James. But brilliant, man. It was hilarious. I loved it. What are we doing here? Yeah, so I'm excited for the game. I mean, I'm hoping. I've got a little sneaky feeling that he might rest a few players though, because of Man City next week. Or he might play the full team, the strongest we can go, and then rest players for the Girona game in the week, because that's an important game. We're at home to City, and we need revenge, don't we, guys? We need to get our revenge back. We need to humble Erling as well. Erling Haaland, we need to. He told us to stay humble. He needs to stay humble. And since then, he ain't been on fire, has he? So the football gods have had a little pop at Erling Haaland since he said that. Wolves will be 10 times tougher than Zagreb. Absolutely. Of course they will. They're probably set up in a low block as well. We've got to learn how to deal with that low block. We've got to, every team that's set up against us in that low block, we've failed to break them down or find it difficult. We create the chances, but there you go again. You need a deadly finisher. Havertz is not the man. He can't finish off his dinner. He can't. He's not, as I said the stat before, in the last 4 games before the Zagreb game, it was 81 shots with only 4 goals. It was a mad stat like that. It was something mad. I mean, I might have missed it by a couple of numbers, but that was the stat. It was along them lines, and it was unbelievable. And when I read it, I thought, fucking hell, is that real? Is that true? You know what I mean? It's just... It's just, you wouldn't think that happened to any other club in the league, let alone just Arsenal. You know what I mean? Even the bottom clubs that would have 81 shots on goal and only scoring 4 times, surely to God. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was a mad stat, but it's believable because I've seen the chances we've missed. I've seen them. I've watched loads of games when we've missed loads of chances. Havertz is the main culprit. He's missed shots from 3 yards out, not once, but like 4 or 5 times this season. You know, this is why it makes me believe that he'd be good as a bench player. I know it's a lot of money to pay for a bench player, what we paid for him. But listen, we need to go and put in a serious offer for Bukayo Osimhen, someone like that, and get that number 9 and get him up front as soon as possible. Get him scoring the goals, banging them in, and if need be, bring Havertz off the bench, bring him on off the bench. To have a different dynamic, you know, change it up a little bit like that, because he's not only played in up front either. He's played as a winger. He's played as an 8. He's played as a 10. He's played as a false 9. It's it's ridiculous amount of positions. I don't even think Arteta knows what his best position is. Zazis Smelly, how you doing? Hi to you. Liverpool wins the cup, yeah? What cup? What, the league? Do you think they win the league? Yeah, they probably will win the league. Even Ivan Toney, yeah, he's out in Saudi, isn't he? He's out in Saudi. Just go and get him. Get him on loan for 6 months. I mean, I'm not feeling this Evan Ferguson rumours. Evan Ferguson from Brighton. What are you feeling about that? Have you heard them rumours? I'm not feeling them at all. Not at all, man. Why? Why would you go for someone like that? He can't even get into the Brighton team. I think he's been injured, though, to be fair. I think he's been injured for a little while, but he still can't get into the Brighton team. You know, he must be fit now if he's being linked. So that's not for me, not at all. Another kid, yes, another young. So apparently, there's a what was his name? There's a kid from Rosenborg. I can't think of his name now. That apparently we've been linked to. Norwegian 18-year-old midfielder plays at Rosenborg. Apparently, he's a brilliant player. There's a lot of clubs interested in him, but Martin Odegaard is Naipan. That's it, Naipan. Martin Odegaard has been having a word with him, trying to convince him to come to Arsenal. But why are we looking at an 18-year-old midfielder? Why are we looking at that? Don't even bother, because it's we don't need an 18-year-old midfielder at the minute. We need a prolific striker. Mini Odegaard, age 18. Yeah, I hope he's better than Odegaard, because Odegaard goes missing in the big games. You know, when he's playing against them players, he don't look the same, does he? When we're playing against lesser opposition, yeah, he looks like he can boss the midfield. But for me, he's fell off the cliff as well. Along with a lot of other players under Arteta, they're falling off the cliff. Kevin Benson, how you doing, sir? Back in the chat. You really need Nketiah back. We will pay you to take him. No, we don't need Nketiah back. There's another dog come up. Stay here, Stormy. Where's the owner? No. Where's the owner? No, Stormy. No, we can't. We're not taking him back, mate. We mugged you off with him. You can keep him. No, we don't want no Eddie Nketiah. Although, you never know. He might have been a better finisher than Havertz. Has he scored any for Palace? I don't think he scored a goal. He might have scored one, maybe. But I don't even think he gets picked, does he? I don't even think he gets picked. Yes, Kevin, bring back Eddie. James Lowell's laughing. No, yeah, that's not going to happen, man. That is definitely not going to happen. Why aren't these dogs on leads?
They don't need to be on leads. There will be dogs.
Okay. All right. Hey? All right, all right. So you can see you get these people. They don't need to be on leads. They're well-behaved dogs. Yeah, just come running up to my dog. Fucking these people, lefties. All right. Even Bologna gone off the ball. Balogun. Oh, Balogun. Yeah. We kept Nketiah and sold Balogun, weren't it? Well, there was one or two of them was going to go. I remember seeing before I had my channel. That was, and I remember thinking we've got to keep Balogun and sell Nketiah. That's the choice that I made that day. Wolves are crap. You will smash them. We should do, but we're playing away. We haven't got a proper striker. You know, we've got Saka out, we've got Jesus out, Ben White's still out, although he's back in training. Saliba's out. I don't want to go on about the injuries because, you know, it's old news, man. It's old news. We should be able to cope. But you know, I'm still a little bit apprehensive about it. I should be confident. You know, last season I would have been double confident about it, but this year, the inconsistencies, I know we're still second in the league, but the performances as well, it just worries me a little bit. I'm just worried. Every game, every time we play, I get a little bit pessimistic about it. I'm not confident as what I used to be because I'm not confident in the manager. Absolutely. Swap Eddie for Sterling on loan. I wouldn't even do that. Bro. No chance. No chance would I do that. Would you, James? Would you do that, or are you having a laugh? I think you must be having a joke, ain't you? You must be having a joke. Anyway, listen, I will be back to do a match reaction. This is around 5 o'clock, R5P match reaction. Laters.